Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Ashley Kozakowski. Francis Weller has the night off. Career criminal, that's what Brunswick County Sheriff's deputies are calling the man they busted for having nearly $40,000 worth of heroin. Christopher Mosby is behind bars and facing a number of drug charges, including trafficking heroin. The New Jersey native now calls Leland home. But as WECT's Nadine Mazer tells us, his most recent trip to the Garden State landed him in the Slammer, a place it looks like he knows all too well. Nadine, have some new details tonight about 3 men facing drug charges in Columbus County. Authorities busted 2 businesses for reportedly selling synthetic drugs. The Sheriff's Office and Whiteville Police Department had been investigating Golden Tobacco in the Columbus Corner Shopping Center and Zach's Discount Tobacco in the Whiteville Mini Mall. Parents started complaining to law enforcement officers that their teens were hanging out at these shops and were acting violent from the drugs that they were actually buying from these businesses. Officers arrested a manager from each business and 1 customer. More than 6 pounds of pot. That's what police in Washington, North Carolina say they found in a Bladen County man's car this month. They arrested this man, Jeremiah Stubbs, and charged him with drug possession after a traffic stop. A news release states police found another pound of marijuana while investigating in the Garner area. A nationwide bomb threat called into Carmike Cinema's corporate office led to police in Wilmington searching our theater here. For nearly an hour and a half, Wilmington police had Cinema Drive, where the theater is located, blocked off. According to police, a manager from the local theater called 911 after being informed of the nationwide threat from the Carmike corporate office. The theater in Wilmington was evacuated and employees at nearby businesses were asked to stay inside.
We would do this whether it was at a deli or it just happened to be a theater, because anymore, we want to err on the side of caution, and so we treat each call as something that we need to respond to.
Police cleared the scene and allowed Carmike to reopen just before noon. There were similar scenes all across the country, and coming up on WECT News at 5:30, we'll have more on the police and bomb-sniffing dogs that were on high alert throughout the nation. 3 police officers in Leland who were fired for violations will not be getting their jobs back. Lieutenants Rick DePalia, Bill Kozak, and Officer John Blassingame appealed their terminations, but the town of Leland has upheld the firings. To read more about the terminations and the violations reportedly committed by each officer, log on to our website, WECT.com. Folks in Holden Beach should be on the lookout for some furry 4-legged friends. Here's why. The town is getting ready to adopt several feral cats. The plan is to spay or neuter them and then release them around town. The project is called Feline Management Program. The mayor says the colony of cats will help preserve nature, the environment, and other animal life. Now, there are a lot of questions about this, but he says it will decrease the number of cats that need to be euthanized. Well, coming up tonight at 6, we're going to take you to Holden Beach, where tourists and locals are wondering just how many cats they're going to see on the streets soon. We'll have that answer and more tonight at 6. Cape Fear Community College has selected a new president. The Board of Trustees announced this evening that they have selected Dr. Ted D. Spring as the next president of the school. Dr. Spring is currently the president of New River Community and Technical College in West Virginia. He has over 4 decades of experience in higher education. The chairman of the Board of Trustees said they were impressed by Dr. Spring's experience, enthusiasm, and commitment to the mission of the community college. Former President Dr. Eric McKeithen retired in June after 18 years at CFCC. Look before you lock. That's the message safety officers are sending to parents. The Department of Transportation and the Department of Health and Human Services are stressing that deaths in hot cars don't have to happen. The Look Before You Lock campaign is a reminder to parents to be extra careful with your children during the summer. The record heat and a child left alone inside a hot car can, of course, be a deadly combination. One father shared his experience.
I opened the back door of my SUV to put my laptop down, and that's the exact moment I will never forget. Officials say the Look Before You Lock message applies to school bus drivers as well.
Well, it has been really hot out there, and it's been really humid the past few days, Rob.
You know, yesterday we got a little bit of a break from that, but the humidity came back pretty quickly today.
All right, thanks, Rob. We have some news just into our newsroom tonight. A couple from Brunswick County pleaded guilty today to running a puppy mill in the Leland area. This has been a story we've been following for you. Amelia and Andrew Millis entered their pleas today. They were placed on probation for 3 years and have been banned from owning animals for life. The Sheriff's Department confiscated 158 dogs and 29 birds. They say were living in poor conditions there earlier this month. And we'll have much more on this as we get more details available. Well, coming up on WECT News at 5, stopping spells what eBay is saying about the sale of magic on its website. Plus, the pill for men, how an accident in a lab could lead to birth control for men.
You're watching WECT News at 5.
While the experience of raising a child may be priceless, the cost to provide them with care is becoming unaffordable. A report from Child Care Aware of America finds the annual cost of infant care increased roughly 2% last year. It now ranges from more than $4,500 to $15,000. Experts say in almost half of all states, care for just one child costs more than the average rent payment. And it's more than a rent payment in all 50 states when parents had to pay for 2 children. The report says in many states, infant care is more expensive than college tuition. Apple stock has soared to a new all-time high. The company's shares blew through a series of record highs in the first 4 months of the year. But Apple had been in a funk since May when it reported its iPhone sales plateaued. Now the anticipated September launch of a new iPhone, coupled with rumors of a smaller iPad, have lifted the stock once again. Its shares ended yesterday at $636 and some change. Analysts say Apple is on the track to becoming the most valuable company of all time. Well, if you're running low on wishes, you better stock up while you still can. eBay will ban the sale of magic services as part of a new policy update. That means you can't buy blessings, you can't purchase prayers, and you can't spend your money on spells, at least not on eBay. Now, eBay says it's trying to build the trust in the marketplace. Psychic readings and healing sessions are among the categories being shut down. And time is running out on a great opportunity to bring an early screening of the new NBC show Revolution to Wilmington. Now, there's a Facebook contest underway. Sign into Facebook and search for the Revolution page. You can also find it from the WECT homepage, of course. The top 10 cities will get a free early screening of this series. Revolution is filming in Wilmington, so it makes sense for the screening, of course, to be here. That's how I feel, so you better get on there and vote. But hurry, voting ends tonight, so do it now, folks. Well, coming up, Rob is going to have a look at your weather report. Beautiful day out here, but will it be a stormy weekend? He'll tell you coming up. But first, let's take a look at that fishing game forecast for tomorrow. Best times to fish, 3 a.m. and around 3 p.m.
Some silver lining to those clouds, I guess you would say.
Definitely. I like to hear that. I don't like to hear that there's a little bit of a chance of storms tonight.
The stronger storms,
Friday night football.
I know, and it always seems like once we get into the early part of fall, you kind of have to deal with that transition into fall. Storms come with that.
All right. Well, you'll be keeping an eye on them.
I absolutely will.
Thanks, Rob.
Yeah.
All right, ladies, if you're like me, you probably lie about your age. I'm 25, in case anyone's wondering.
Me too.
All right, but so's Rob. But some parts of your body are going to give you away. We'll tell you what kind of scan can really reveal your true age. For the second time in as many days, a bird turned itself into police. This time it was a cockatiel in upstate New York. State police issued sort of a missing bird alert for the owner of the bird. Authorities say during firearms training, the runaway bird found what it thought was the perfect landing spot, as you can see, right on the bill of a trainee's cap. The bird was immediately taken into custody and is being held for safekeeping. Officials say they've received at least 25 calls from people claiming to be the bird's rightful owner. Now, if only that bird sang like a bird when it was captured there, then they would know who its owner was, right?
Exactly.
Well, the cast and crew of the NBC series Revolution will film in Burgaw next week. This is a look inside the set during the filming yesterday in downtown Wilmington. Crews plan to shoot a scene at the town's train depot in Burgaw. There's also talk of shooting at the old jail and at the town's water tower. The series explores what life would be like if all technology stopped working. Revolution premieres September 17th right here on WECT. And you may be able to catch a little of the show a little sooner. That's if you hurry. So listen up. Wilmington is in the running to win an early screening of Revolution, and you can help make it happen. There's a Facebook contest going on right now. Just sign into Facebook and search for the Revolution page. You can also find it from, of course, our WECT page and my personal Facebook page as well. The top 10 cities will get a free early screening, but voting ends tonight, so cast your vote now. Yeah, you have to.
It's exciting.
We have to get it.
Yeah, how can
I
we
voted.
Not?
Did you vote?
How can we not? I have not voted yet, but I promise I will because
Rob, I'm holding you to it.
No, I'm a big.
You have till tonight.
I'm a big Revolution fan. I've been watching some of the kind of video that's coming out.
Yeah.
I've been watching your behind-the-scenes stuff. It's really kind of a fascinating show, and it's right here in town. So
I'm holding you to it. I'm making sure you vote
I absolutely
tonight.
will. Hey, you know what I'm watching right now? I'm watching some storms on the radar.